Hello and welcome back to Jordan at Time, my 199 at a Time Hardcore Ironman. It's been an insanely busy few weeks for me, so I haven't spent as much time actively playing old school. That doesn't mean that I haven't made any progress on the account, just not as much as I would have liked. I've had multiple days where I've only managed to get an hour or two of grind time in, and during working hours I've been pretty flat out, so I've been unable to grind much on the side. So what have I been up to? I spent a lot of time in the Arceus library last week, running around, collecting books, giving them to people, and getting a small amount of runecraft XP as a reward. However, once I reached level 77, I stopped wasting time running around the Arceus library and ran around the corner to start making blood runes, which is a lot less active than the library, so meant I was able to get slightly better XP an hour, which is currently doing better than Guardians of the Rift. And in the evenings and on the weekend, I spent most of my time at Guardians of the Rift. I've just managed to buy the last part of the Raiments of the Eye set, as the reward Guardian was being quite stingy with those pearls, and my newly crafted Colossal Pouch really didn't help with that, as every other round was costing me a pearl. With that out of the way, I'm going to discuss the biggest issue I've been having, and it's one that I actually did foresee this time. Guardians of the Rift gives you reward points for every 100 catalytic and 100 elemental points which you gain inside of the minigame. You gain points by going to the elemental rune altars or the catalytic rune altars. The elemental altars are air, water, earth, and fire, whilst the catalytic ones are mind, body, cosmic, chaos, nature, law, death, and blood. So you'd think it would be extremely easy to keep those points balanced when every 20 seconds a different portal of each type of rune opens. But no, because while all elemental rune altars are available without requirements, only half of the catalytic ones are. Cosmic, law, death, and blood runes are all locked behind quests, which I'm unable to complete. This means that if I don't spend a few rounds solely focusing on catalytic runes when the correct altars open, and hopefully getting talismans when crafting the runes, I will inevitably end up with more elemental points than catalytic, due to the 50% chance that whenever I go to make runes, I'll be unable to get catalytic points. Unfortunately, this also means I'm getting much lower XP an hour than an account that has all of these quests completed, as I'm only able to access the lower level catalytic altars. This leads me to a bit of a decision to make. Do I spend more time playing Guardians of the Rift, or do I spend more time making blood runes and potentially soul runes when I unlock them? The blood and soul runes are consistent XP an hour and are fairly chill, but will only give me blood runes and soul runes, which I don't need hundreds and thousands of by the time I reach 99. Whereas Guardians of the Rift will be slower, but gives me a wider variety of runes, and in particular nature runes. For the upcoming magic grind, I'll want a lot of nats, as the more I have, the more high alchs I can cast, and the more of those I can cast, the less I'll have to train magic through other means, such as the Arceus library or the mage training arena. As it stands, the only other way which I can get nature runes will be making them at the nature altar with pure essence, which isn't the most fun of runecrafting runs to do. Or I can buy them at the only shop which I have access to, which is in Valamor, which has a limited stock, so would require a lot of world hopping. There is also the mage arena, but I don't really like the idea of going there. Right now, I have a little under 1/10 of the natures I would need to get from level 55 to 99 magic by casting High Alch alone. So I will need to think about this a little more, but right now it isn't really the biggest worry. Maybe once I reach 91 runecraft and get double natures, then I'll start thinking about going after nature runes again. Right now, I just want a bit of a chill time grinding levels, so I'll be sticking with blood runes for now. If worst comes to worst, I can just high out those to buy more nats when the time comes. And that's all there is for this episode. ending at a measly level 86. So, still a good way to go to 99. But it's over a quarter of the way there. I don't really expect the XP an hour to skyrocket should I move to making soul runes at level 90. So, the next episode should probably put the account into the early 90s, but who knows. Maybe now I'm not spending as long at Guardians of the Rift, I'll end up getting further than I expect. But until then, have a great day. Bye.